welcome to the 2019 Toll-Free User Summit. I am so excited to have you all here in Boston. As you know, Boston is one of America's most beautiful and historic cities, and it's also near my hometown. So it's a place near and dear to my heart. We're looking forward to some great presentations and conversations over the next few days, and I am so thrilled that you all are here. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors who make this day possible, especially our diamond sponsors, Cortel, ANI, Toll-Free Exchange, and WSO2. I would also like to thank the team at Somos. They have worked really hard to create an amazing experience for you. Today you'll be hearing from an outstanding lineup of speakers and panelists addressing some of the latest trends in consumer behavior and omni-channel communications. These are such important trends to the future growth of the toll-free industry. You'll also learn more about Somos products and services, and throughout the day, you'll have lots of time to connect with each other. This year's focus is on making the perfect connection. How do we even do that today? With so many options available, including the 12 million items for sale on Amazon right now, it's so difficult to actually make a choice. We could be chasing perfection forever, especially because there's always the next best thing. So how do consumers decide who to do business with and why? There are millions, if not billions, of consumers out there and so many channels that are available to find them. So how do brands decide who to pursue and how? It used to be so simple. Nearly everything was local. Your buying behavior largely depended on where you lived. And as I said before, Boston is an amazing city. And one of the things you'll learn if you live here in Boston is its deep pride in its distinctive neighborhoods, its storied establishments, and its famous locals. If you grew up in the Back Bay, you would shop as you strolled along Newbury Street. If you hailed from the North End, you would grab a slice at Regina's. And if you lived near Beacon Hill, you could get a pint at Cheers, where everybody knows your name. But today, the physical neighborhood has given way to a global digital neighborhood. Many businesses have lost their geographical connections to their customers, and now we have a world where potentially every business can market to any consumer. So how do we establish a sense of proximity, a sense of what it means to be local? Businesses need to adjust their position from being on the right street corner to making that right connection with customers. Where we set up shop is increasingly unimportant. We make decisions not based on place, but based on preference. Local is now much more about relationship quality than it is about geographic closeness. And making that right connection requires understanding who our customers are and what they really want. The future of business strategy is about finding your most valuable person. In the past, loyalty was based on consumers who were loyal to brands that made amazing products. But now the expectations are so much higher, and it's the brands that have to be loyal to the consumers. Businesses need to market to an audience of one, their MVPs. In practice, that means shaking the temptation to be everything to all people, and instead being everything to one person. And when you do, you will be rewarded. The top 1% of your customers are worth 18 times more than the average customer, according to RJ Metrics. So the theme of this year's summit is making the perfect connection. But here's the catch. Perfect is a case-by-case metric. And the only way that you'll know for your business what perfect means is to know how your MVP defines perfect. Netflix understands this. The pioneer of personalization has 76,000 microgenres of movies and TV shows that its algorithm uses to create our feeds. Netflix is a brand that's loyal to its customers because it understands that each customer is unique, and it's put in place a technology strategy that treats every one of us as an MVP. But how does a company tailor its business to millions, if not billions, of customers, one individual at a time? How do businesses know what customers want and how to serve them digitally as locals? The key to hyper-personalization is technology, more specifically, artificial intelligence. We're capable of making machines that do some really amazing things. And as they get smarter, the more dynamic services are available to us. It's how we put humanity into the digital world at scale. This morning, you'll hear from our keynote and futurist Tom Koulopoulos about what's coming in AI, but it's clear that the path to scaling a digitally local business is to embrace and master AI. All this data and technology enables us to focus better on our customers. Let's look at 3 ways where you can help brands focus more on their customers. For one thing, brands can create a more focused contact center, creating and transforming it into an intelligence center for marketing, sales, and support. The orchestration of human intelligence and machine intelligence has never been more important. And the issue of the day is, where do we focus AI and where do we focus people? Well, Invoca and Adobe did a study that asked those exact questions. And they found that 80% of those in the study said that they believe humans are more suited to respond to their emotional state in conversation. And brands should leverage AI to handle the basic tasks that don't require critical thinking, and instead engage complex machine learning. People, then, should handle the higher needs that require an exercise of judgment. Here's another question. How should businesses refocus their retail locations? Well, Nike has an answer. Have any of you been to the Nike store in Manhattan? I have, it's awesome. A 68,000 square foot location that is nothing short of a personalization lab. Here, Nike customers come in, they dream about ways, their wants and needs, explore options and opportunities, and then Nike knows them personally and then can market to them digitally as individuals. So let me tell you how this works. You go into essentially what is a customization wing, where you can essentially create the pair of shoes of your dreams, watch them be assembled, and then have them in hand in the store. And then, of course, the Nike app has an instant checkout, so you can just walk out the door. But the key here is that with all the data that's collected from that consumer experience at the store, Nike knows not only what they've purchased, they also know what their tastes are and what they might purchase in the future. So Nike shoppers only get the ads and interactions that are actually interesting to them and those that they'll actually respond to. The tailoring of advertising is part of a bigger expectation from buyers. Customers now expect more than just personal engagement. They expect a seamless digital experience across all channels. This brings us to omnichannel. We'll hear from Dan Beeler, an analyst with Forrester Research, who's going to do an industry keynote on that topic. In short, omnichannel is a measure of a brand's loyalty to its customers. It's crucial to making perfect connections on your customers' terms. And it's not just the numbers of channels that you have. Of course, it's how you use them. And the best omnichannel strategies in the future are going to be highly integrated. Customers should have the same experience no matter what channel they're on, and brands should be learning every step of the way to create better, more tailored interactions. We've come a long way from the neighborhood model, but in many ways, the neighborhood has just expanded. The opportunity to create personalized experiences, no matter where you live, has never been greater. And those experiences can only be made through intimate knowledge of our customers, each and every one of them. And with that knowledge comes a dramatic rise in accountability and expectation. By creating avenues of collecting and analyzing customer data, we're responsible for making sure it's used to give them the most benefit and the most value. And by creating AI solutions that dramatically increase efficiencies, it's our responsibility to make sure those people in the contact centers can truly serve our brand MVPs. All of us here today have an amazing opportunity to truly help brands and consumers connect in the perfect way. Toll-free is why we're here, and it's an increasingly important part of an omni-channel strategy. Toll-free is now a focused channel supporting phone calls and texts direct from consumers who are going to their brands with immediate needs. Consumers and brands are creating perfect connections because of everyone in this room. For our part, Somos is committing to building a foundation of trust in those toll-free connections that both brands and consumers can depend on. And it's our mission to uphold the value of toll-free as an important element of a strong, integrated omni-channel strategy. Some of you are focused on communications channels, others are focused on data analytics, and increasingly, many of you are focused on advancing technologies like AI. But what unites us is that we're all in the perfect spot to help brands and consumers make that perfect connection. The Somos team has created an exciting day ahead for you. We're grateful for you, our attendees, and our speakers and our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without you. Throughout the day, you're going to see and hear more about what are these perfect connections, so that you can bring those insights back into your teams to enable the continued growth and health of this amazing industry. Thank you.